I received another follow-up email saying, thank you for applying. We're interested in interviewing you on site.
So I had the interview. It went really well. And then 3 weeks later, they said I had the internship.
Currently working for community mental health as a family support worker.
And overall, I was able to use the skills I gained through the program to ultimately find my dream job.
Faced with one of the worst job markets in generations, today's college students are beginning to realize their careers begin the moment they step on campus. It's never too early to get professional experience outside the classroom, or volunteer in the local community, or make contacts in the corporate world. These are just some of the things that help Michigan State students stand out in a highly competitive labor market. For Dylan Rogers, a 2010 graduate of Michigan State, volunteering throughout his career was a key reason he landed a job with community mental health in Lansing.
My volunteer experiences were something that I really highlighted in my interview. A potential employer really want to hear about what you do outside of going to school. And so to hear this guy's been volunteering all over town and doing these programs and has this really rich body of experience that comes along with that. We can really see him applying the intelligence that was gained from those experiences. Leading up to my time at MSU, I did various volunteer projects, Habitat for Humanity, mission work through high school. I carried on my habit of doing volunteer work through college at a nonprofit in Lansing called Northwest Initiative. I actually did an internship with MSU there that was invaluable to my obtaining my career at CMH. I ran their youth program over a summer. It was a 3-month gig with AmeriCorps. I got a taste for working with difficult cases and kind of overcoming those obstacles. I continue volunteering for a couple reasons. The best reason is it went from being something that I just did to being something that I felt like was an integral part of my week and my life. I believe that everything that I've experienced, everything I've done, everything that's fallen on me has made me a better, more complete human being.
Volunteering helped Rogers find his job, and it's hard work and passion that gave graduating senior Audrye Tucker the edge in landing an internship at the Discovery Channel.
I'm willing to work very, very hard. In 4 years, I'm getting 2 degrees in a specialization. I'm getting a degree in English with a concentration in creative writing, and a second degree in media arts and technology with a concentration in cinema, TV, and radio, and an additional documentary studies specialization. There was one semester I took 20 credits, and there were nights I would just cry. Outside of school, I have a lot going on. I work at a school cafeteria, I work at Taco Bell, and then I work for a professor working on one of his documentaries. I help with filming, I help with brainstorming, transcribing, editing, anything he needs me to do. Finally, I teach violin. I do a lot of projects on my own, and so to support those film projects that do not bring in revenue, I keep all these other jobs. I'm not afraid to be busy, and I just push through the stress. I love what I do. That's a big part of it. I enjoy both of my degrees. I love learning. If you can find what you love to do, then you're gonna be a go-getter. You're gonna want to get those opportunities. For the internship, they'll kind of place me in different departments, so production, marketing, whatever other departments. And then wherever I really fit well, that's where I'll spend the rest of the time. It's kind of all an adventure. I don't know entirely what all my job will be.
The hands-on experience Dennis Miner gained since his freshman year at Michigan State propelled him to his year-long internship at Pfizer.
Research experience is highly valuable when you're trying to market yourself for industry. I initially was pushed by a family member to get research experience, to get involved in the lab, to do as much as I can, at MSU. I started applying, and at one point it was a little discouraging because I wasn't getting any position. But I realized that you just got to keep trying. I just did, and I kept at it, and I ended up getting into a great lab to start with, the genomics facility. I learned a lot with them, and a lot of the genetic tools that I've learned with them I still apply today. And I'm currently a co-op student here at Pfizer in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I came here through networking one of the current co-op students had referred my name to the committee. Early in undergrad, I became very involved with the biochemistry and molecular biology undergraduate club. That allowed me to become familiar with a lot of students in the department. Not only that, but become in touch with a lot of available resources outside of campus. I was just getting my name out there in a sense. That was a big contributor to my involvement here in Kalamazoo. I really am grateful that I was able to get into a lab as a freshman. I took the initiative, and if you take the initiative and you get out there, you put yourself out there, people know, and they're like, oh, look at him, he's got some great passion for what he does, and he wants to get in the lab. He shows some heart, and he really does want to do research. Let's give him a chance.
Sarada Vidasingha's story began with an ambitious promise. With tenacity and determination, he fulfilled that promise and reached his goal of working at Ernst & Young.
So my relationship with Ernst & Young began in my sophomore year. I mean, I knew it was a great accounting firm. Ernst & Young had something special that was really attractive to me. So it was in the fall of 2010 when I started my serious search for an internship position. I was given this card that stated everything that Ernst & Young would be coming on campus for. And I essentially took that card and made that my calendar. And I decided to go to each and every single event just to prove to the recruiter how interested in the firm I was. And I remember actually saying when I met her, I want to make you a promise. I'm really passionate about your firm. I'm really interested in working for Ernst & Young. I'm going to attend each and every single Ernst & Young event. She took aback at first, thinking that there was something wrong here, but I just made her a promise, and I just want her to remember that. And over the course of the next couple of months, I attended each and every single Ernst & Young event. Not only did I attend them, I took the initiative to go talk to the representatives that came from the firm at each and every single event, give them my resume, and get their card and make a connection with them as well. When I handed them my resume, I said, hey, look, the recruiter and I have this special bet going on. If you could forward my resume to the recruiter, that would be great, because it will help me out tremendously. Over the course of a couple of months, I started accumulating tons of business cards. And when the recruiting interviewing season came, the interview went really well. And she asked me why I want to work for her firm. And I remember the number of cards I collected by meeting the professionals that came on campus. And I pulled it out. And I remember leaving it on the table and said, this is why, Lauren. I reminded her of the promise I made her. I promised you I'll attend each and every single Ernst & Young event. I did that. And these are the cards that I've collected, and these are the people that I've met. And she said, wow, yes, I have been receiving your resume. As a matter of fact, I probably received your resume like 20 times. And I see you have met all these people, and actually you probably wouldn't know. All these people came back and said really great things about you. And I'm glad you gave me that answer, and I'm glad that you are really passionate about the firm. I interned with Ernst & Young in the summer of 2010 and was offered a full-time position, and will be joining them later this fall when I graduate from my accounting degree. I found the job market very competitive. Ultimately, it was about forming relationships that helped me out, and it paid off at the end.